Sure, Prabhu. I can read. Can you share?
Yeah.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Shranavatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridyantastoya Bhadrani Vidhunoti Suritsatam Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Which one we are reading? Text 31. It's 428:31. Okay, got it. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 28, Text 31. Ekekasya bhavattesham rajan arbudam bhukshate yadvanshadharer mahi manvantaram param. Synonyms: ekasya of each one, abhavat there became, tesham of them, rajan O king, arbudam 10 million, arbudam 10 million, bhokshate is ruled, yat those, vamsha dharyah by descendants, mahi the whole world, manu antaram up to the end of one manu, param and afterwards. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. My dear King Prachin Barishad, the sons of Malaya Dwaja gave birth to many thousands and thousands of sons, and all of them have been protecting the entire world up to the end of one Manu's lifespan and even afterwards. Purport: there are 14 Manus in one day of Brahma. A Manvantara, the lifespan of one Manu, is given as 71 multiplied by 4,320,000 years. After one such Manu passes on, another Manu begins his lifespan. In this way, the life cycle of the universe is going on. As one Manu follows another, the cult of Krishna consciousness is being imparted as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 4.1. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Imam Vishwate Yogam Proktavan Aham Avyayam Vishwas Vivasyan Manave Praha Manur Ikshave Abravit. The blessed Lord said, I instructed this imperishable science of yoga to the sun god Vivaswan, and Vivaswan instructed to Manu, the father of mankind, and Manu in turn instructed to Ikshvaku. Vivaswan, the sun god, imparted Bhagavad Gita to one Manu, and this Manu imparted to his son, who imparted it to yet another Manu. In this way, the propagation of Krishna consciousness is never stopped. No one should think that this Krishna consciousness movement is a new movement. As confirmed by Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, it is very old movement, and for it has been passing down from one Manu to another. Among Vaishnavas, there may be some difference of opinion due to everyone's personal identity. But despite all that, uh, but despite all personal differences, the cult of Krishna consciousness must go on. We can see that under the instructions of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj began preaching the Krishna consciousness movement in an organized way within the past 100 years. The disciples of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj are all God brothers, and although there are some difference of opinion, and although we are not acting conjointly, every one of us is spreading the Krishna consciousness movement according to his own capacity and producing many disciples to spread it all over the world. As far as we are concerned, we have already started the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and many thousands of Europeans, Americans have joined this movement. Indeed, it is spreading like wildfire. The cult of Krishna consciousness based on 9 principles of devotional service Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu, Smaranam Pad Sevanam, Archanam Vandanam Dasyam, Sakhyam Atmanivedanam will never be stopped. It will go on without distinction of caste, creed, color, or country. No one can check it. The word bhokshate is very important in this verse. Just as a king gives protection to his citizens, these devotees, following the principles of devotional service, will give protection to all the people of the world. The people of the world are very much harassed by so called religious principled swamis, yogis, karmis, and gyanis, but none of these can show the right way to become elevated to the spiritual platform. There are primarily 4 parties spreading devotional service all over the universe. These are the Ramanuja Sampradaya, the Madhava Sampradaya, the Vishnu Swami Sampradaya, and the Nimbarka Sampradaya. The Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya in particular comes from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All these devotees are spreading the Krishna consciousness movement very widely and giving protection to innocent people who are being so much embarrassed by pseudo avatars, swamis, yogis, and others. I have to read 32 also, right? Text 32. Agastya प्राप्दुहित रमुपये धृत्वा व्रताम् यस्यां दृढच्युतो जात idvavahatmajo muni. Agastya, the great sage Agastya, Prak, first, Duhitaram, daughter, Upayeme, married, Dhrita vratam, taken to vows, Yasham, through whom, Dradhayachyutah, named Dradhachyuta, Jatah was born, Idhamavaha, named Idhamavaha, Atmajah, son, Muni, the great sage. Translation. The great sage named Agastya married the firstborn daughter of Malayadwaja, the avowed devotee of Lord Krishna. From her, one son was born whose name was Dradhachyuta, and from him another son was born whose name was Idhamavaha. Purport. The name Agastya Muni is very significant. Agastya Muni represents the mind. The word Agastya indicates that the senses do not act independently, and the word Muni means mind. The mind is the center of all senses, and thus the senses cannot work independent of the mind. When the mind takes to the cult of bhakti, it engages in devotional service. The cult of bhakti, Bhakti Lata, is the first daughter of Malayadwaja, and as previously described, her eyes are always upon Krishna. Asish Asitte Kshanam. One cannot render bhakti to any demigod. Bhakti can be rendered only to Vishnu. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. Thinking of the absolute truth to be without form. The Mayavadis say that the word bhakti can apply to any form of worship. If this were the case, a devotee could imagine any demigod or any godly form and worship it. This, however, is not the real fact. The real fact is that bhakti can be applied only to Lord Vishnu and his expansions. Therefore, Bhakti Lata is Dradhavrata, the great vow. For when the mind is completely engaged in devotional service, the mind does not fall down. If one tries to advance by other means, by karma yoga or jnana yoga, one will fall down. But if one is fixed in bhakti, he never falls down. Thus, from Bhakti Lata, the son Dradachyuta is born, and from Dradachyuta, the next son Idhamavaha is born. The word Idhamavaha refers to one who carries wood for burning in sacrifice when approaching a spiritual master. The point is that Bhakti Lata, the cult of devotion, fixes one in his spiritual position. One so fixed never comes down, and he begets children who are strict followers of the Shastric injunction as said in the Vedas. Tad Vijnanartham Sagurum Evavigachet Samit Pani Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. In the line of devotional service, those who are initiated are strict followers of Vedic scriptural injunction. Uh, okay. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे I seek the blessings of all the assembled Vaishnavas so that I can use today's lecture to purify myself. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. So, Vamshi Prabhu, you want me to summarize it also? Hare Krishna, Vamshi Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, yeah, if you would like to, that will be
Yeah,
nice. Thank
I
you.
can I can summarize. Sure, I didn't know if the person joined whoever was supposed to give. Okay, so here we are learning a few things. Uh, One is the most important thing is that uh, importance of Guru Parampara, as mentioned in the last purport we read, that uh, how belonging to a bona fide sampradaya is so important, and Srila Prabhupada has listed the four sampradayas, and also we should know what is our sampradaya. So we belong to Gaudiya Madhava sampradaya, and this is coming from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the importance of following a sampradaya is that uh, everything is coming in disciplic succession, right? We do not manufacture or concoct anything, right? And because it's coming in disciplic succession, the knowledge is preserved and it is pristine. What we see today, I mean, recently I was in India and I happened to meet some people who follow different paths and different philosophies. So what I noticed is that everybody wants to have their own philosophy or their belief, right? People are not willing to follow any bona fide sampradaya, and they create their own meaning, like the goal of life is to be happy. The main thing is to do good to other people, and being happy is more important than performing any devotional service, such as observing fast or deity worship. Such things, so you can see that we can't call it dharma, right? As mentioned in Bhagavatam, that dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. So dharma is what is given by Supreme Lord. We cannot concoct our own uh, definition of religion, but that is what we are seeing is happening. And the result of this is that uh, due to this, the religion is distorted, right? And people can give any definition, they can follow anything, but the result is that it is distorted and corrupted. Even I was there during Navratri and I saw a lot of people follow, Durga Mata. There are nice pandals and everything they arrange, and they worship every evening, they do aarti and all. But the sad part is, even if you listen to those aartis, you will find that they are asking something to Durga Mata, right? They are saying, I'm serving you, please take care of my family, or please take care of me, stuff like that. And moreover, some people, they drink and all, so it's not even being followed very piously or very cleanly. So you can see that this bhakti is transactional. This is not being done, uh, without any motive or without any desire, right? This is transactional bhakti, that I will do something and I'll get in return. And it's good for social congregation, like people come together and it brings people together and everything. That purpose is solved, but nobody, hardly any one of them is really has an understanding of dharma or following dharma. right? It's just more of a ritual and a social gathering, you can see. So, but if you see in ISKCON or any other bona fide Vaishnava parampara, we have such strict rules and regulations and routine. So I happened to get a chance to meet some student of NIT Bhopal, that's the engineering college there. And they invited me to join them for their morning program. So I was very pleased to see the undergrad students who are 18, 19, 20 years old are following so well. So they wake up early, they take bath, and they do the morning program. They do Mangal Aarti, they do, and it doesn't have to be at 4:30, but they were doing it like 5:36, which is fine. They do Mangal Aarti and then they do Tulsi Puja and they do a little class. So you can see that uh, no matter where you go, the same principles are being followed. It does not get distorted from one place to another. And you can see they are reading Srila Prabhupada's books and following the philosophy. So I think that is a very big contribution that Srila Prabhupada has done. Before him, we can see that the Sanatan Dharma or Hindu religion, there were not a clear understanding of who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This term itself was coined by Srila Prabhupada. And what is Krishna's position? People just mixed everything, Krishna, Shiva, different goddesses and Ganesh and everyone, and they worship based on their convenience. Okay, this month belongs to Ganesh, so I'll worship him. Then this month belongs to Durga Ji, then I'll worship her, so on and so forth. So there is no problem in worshiping them. It's just that we have to worship them in the with the right understanding, in the right mood, right? So if you worship Ganesh with the uh, understanding that where he belongs, what is his position, what are the boons he can give, what we can learn from him, then it's wonderful. And same is with Durga Devi, right? She's in charge of this material world along with Lord Shiva. And you can see that what things please her, not just that we do something and we ask something in return. So we can learn so much from them if we know what is their position and what is the right boon to us, not just asking for material boons. And then even worshiping them can help us get closer to Krishna. There's nothing wrong in that, right? So this is the understanding given by Srila Prabhupada. I think this is the biggest contribution. And we see all over the world, not just in India, all over the world, people are people have a good understanding of Sanatan Dharma, people have a good understanding of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, those who are following, and they understand the importance of having a good sadhana, having following regulative principles, and you can see the result, right? They stand out. These devotees stand out. They are not like sahajiyas, doing anything whimsically, whatever comes to their mind, they are not going to be doing that. So this is the biggest contribution. And then Srila Prabhupada says that different Vaishnava sampradayas or different bona fide sampradayas are doing their job, right? So it's not like those who are not following ISKCON, we have to look down upon them, right? So even Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's, many of his disciples, like Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj and so on and so forth, they also have, they are also following Gaudiya Madhava Sampradaya and they have their own way of doing things. So we respect them and we appreciate them for what they are doing because the core philosophy is same. So we have to uh, respect them. We should not look down upon them or criticize them. So they are also doing their work. We are doing our work. And the best thing is that we have to be sincere, right? We just had Srila Prabhupada's disappearance day. And I think the biggest prayer we can do to Srila Prabhupada that all the sacrifice he made, all the uh, all the difficulties he went through, all the you know, sweat and blood and pain he uh, he did, you know, he had to go through. So we can just pray to him. That inspires us, that keeps a fire in our heart alive, that I have a debt of Srila Prabhupada, which I can never repay, but I have to sincerely try and do whatever little service I can do to, make this movement more strong and uh, preach the philosophy of Krishna consciousness to new people all over the world. So that is the resolution I have made. This is what I have told myself, that while I can't pay his debt, but I'm gonna keep that sacrifice and that all the difficulties he went through in my heart. And then I will do whatever I can do, my little part in this moment. So with this, I would like to end. Thank you very much. Srila